Okay, guys, so what we are working on Thursday is multiplication and division expressions. So we're building on what we did today. So today's lesson, all of our rules were addition and subtraction only. Today's lesson, or Thursday's lesson, your rules will involve multiplication and division. So when you're looking at the relationship between your variable values and the other number, you need to think about the connection between these two numbers with multiplication or division. Okay, so it says find a rule and write an expression using multiplication and division. So to find a rule and an expression, look at the numbers being compared. So which one is the greater number? And in this example, obviously, between the 3 and the 24, right? The 3 or the 24 is larger than the 3. So consider 3 and 24. Because 24 is greater than 3, you can rule out subtraction and division. Find out how much greater 24 is than 3. Since 24 is 8 times as big as 3, the rule's got to involve multiplication. Yes, we can look at this as addition. We'll talk about that, but how we'll find that that rule does not apply. Okay, so if we're looking at 3 and 24, you have to think about multiply. We need to make this number bigger, the number 3, and we have to multiply 3 by a number to get 24. So we need to basically think to ourselves, 3 times what number is equal to 24? Okay, and that number is 8. So the rule would be whatever the value is for B, so if it's 3 times, if we said we multiply the value of B by 8, I should get this other number. So 3 times 8 is 24. So if I follow that same rule, if I multiply everything by 8, I should get the other number. So 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 8 is 64. Now, let's say, for example, you get problems that are mixed between addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You might think to yourself, well, if I add 21 to 3, I can get 24. So let's say we think our rule is B plus 21, because 3 plus 21 is 24. That does work here. But if we apply that same rule here, let's see if that works. B plus 21. So if B were 6, 6 plus 21 is 27. That rule does not apply here, right? It says 48. So this can help you sort of rule out, right? Is it addition or subtraction? If you look at all of the relationships between these two numbers, it should be apparent, right? If you're not adding 21, you want to look at the relationship between those numbers. And again, right, if you know your multiplication facts, you can see your number family there, right? 3 times 8 is 24. So for this table, the rule is, right, B times 8. Okay, all right. So I'm going to do number 1 and number 2. And you can go ahead and kind of pause the video if you want to try to do this by yourself. And then we'll go from there. Actually, you know what? I'll do 1 and 3 because number 1 and 2 says find a rule alone for each table. The numbers are already there. And then number 3 says find a rule and write the missing number. So we have to find these, right? Okay, so I'll do number 1. So if A equals 48, I need to do something to this 48 so that it becomes 6, right? So I know it cannot be multiplication because if I multiply 48 times a number, my answer, or my product will be bigger, but my number has to become smaller. So if I were to multiply, right, if I use multiplication in my rule, my other number will be larger. But if I use division, my other number will be a smaller number, right? So I have to use my number sense there. So I know I need to divide 48 by something to get 6. So if I think of 48 and I need to divide that by something in order to get 6 as my answer, you have to think about a number family. What number here? So 6 times what number makes 48? And I know that that's 8, right? So 8 goes into 48 6 times. So 8 is my answer. So 48 divided by 8. 48 divided by 8, right? That should be my function. Oops, sorry, not 48 divided by 8. The variable is a. So a divided by 8 should be my rule. Okay, so if I take the number 48 and plug it into the value a, 48 divided by 8 is 6, right? 6 times 8 is 48. There you go. If I use that same rule for 56, 56 divided by 8 is 7, right? Because 7 times 8 is 56. There's my number 7. 64 divided by 8 is 8. 72 divided by 8 is 9. Okay, so definitely, that is definitely my rule. So in this example, my rule is a divided by 8. Okay, so I'm going to skip down here to number 3. So I have values for j, and then I need to determine the rule, and then the missing number here. So if j is equal to 18, what do I need to do to that variable in order to make my answer become 9? So again, if I'm looking up here and using what I know, I use division up here because I'm trying to make this number smaller. This is the same situation. I have 18. I need to make this number smaller. So I think my rule is going to be j divided by, so now I need to think about that. 18 divided by what number equals 9? We know our multiplication facts. I know 9 times 2 is 18. So if I were to divide by 2, that should be my rule. So let's go ahead and check our work to see if that's true. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And now I can fill this out. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4. Right? There you go. So 6 is going to be my missing number. So what I would like for you to do, so for my distance learners, I want you to go ahead and complete number 2 and number 4. Let's see what we have on the backs. Oh, we have plenty. Let's do 2, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna do these problems before we meet. And then my hybrid students, my in-person, I know you didn't tear this out. So just make sure you're sort of understanding this. You know what? I will actually, no excuses here. I will take a picture of this, and I would love for you to write out on the line piece of paper your rule and what this missing number is for each of these 4. Okay? All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow.